cauliflower sticks are a perfect handheld snack for your keto kid. They're cheesy and savory while being very easy to make. The ingredients we'll need for this recipe are cauliflower, which I've already minced ahead of time, egg, mayonnaise, almond flour, and Parmesan cheese. Keep in mind that all of these ingredients have already been weighed ahead of time. While calculating this for your child's personal meal plan, be sure to use a gram scale. Since we'll be using the oven for this recipe, the first thing you'll need to do is preheat the oven to 350 degrees. To begin this recipe, I'll start by adding in the minced cauliflower. You can substitute cauliflower for other vegetables such as broccoli or carrots. However, do try to avoid vegetables that are very high in water content. The reason is because it will not hold together as properly as cauliflower would. We'll mix in the egg. Mayonnaise. The reason why we chose mayonnaise in this recipe is because it actually helps hold the cauliflower Parmesan sticks together. If you substitute for a different fat such as butter or oil, be aware that it may seep out during the cooking process, which of course you would like to avoid. Almond flour. If for any reason you need to substitute the almond flour for a different flour, I would recommend ones that aren't as gritty, such as hazelnut flour. I would maybe recommend soy flour, or if you wanted to use your carbohydrate or part of your carbohydrate, I'd recommend coconut flour as well. And Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese in this recipe is actually crucial. If you were to substitute for anything else, I would say it would have to be a very dry cheese similar to Parmesan. The reason is because it actually works somewhat as a flour in this recipe. It helps hold it together, and the dryness helps absorb some of the mayonnaise. Mix all of these ingredients together. Now I'll season with salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and black pepper. You want to make sure that you're mixing thoroughly. You want to mix this until it forms a thick paste. As you can see, we have a thick paste here, so we're all ready to form it on the parchment paper covered baking sheet. There's multiple ways that you can shape this. The way our recipe is we form one big mold in the center. Then we're going to spread it out as thinly as possible. If you'd like, you can also use a silicone mold with different shapes. Just be sure that when you're using it, you grease the mold and you are also spreading it out as thinly as possible. We are all done preparing the cauliflower Parmesan sticks. So now I'm going to place it in the preheated 350 degree oven for approximately 15 to 20 minutes. However, do keep an eye on it in the event that your oven is a little warmer than others. Okay, the cauliflower Parmesan sticks are all finished baking. Now I'm going to cut them into sticks. So by doing so, I'm using a large knife and gently cut them into strips. However, if you did use a different shape, suppose you used the silicone mold, then of course you wouldn't have to cut them such as this. Okay, and that's all for this recipe. I hope your keto kid enjoys this.
The cauliflower Parmesan sticks are a delicious finger food that will add healthy vegetables to your keto kid's diet.